Glad to have you with us from Tampa, Raymond James Stadium, as we are set for a showdown in the ReliaQuest Bowl. While this game caps off the regular season, how that season is remembered will be impacted greatly by what happens in this game. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Washington Huskies, taking on the 16th ranked team in the land, the Auburn Tigers. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up in this bowl game. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Tigers offense will start this game off. Guys, it's been a long season. These two squads have had their fair share of battles, but today, David, they have a chance to end the season with a W.
And it's a little bit old school, right? With the bowl system, not as much to play for, but you get to put that uniform on again. And it should mean something. You had the bowl prep. You got to have...
Turning it on! He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20.
Well, this offense watched their opponents struggle in their last game. They knew that there were some places they could try to attack, especially running the football, and they wasted no time. Opening drive, and they generated an explosive play.
Knocked down behind the line. Boy, he powered through one tackler, but there were more there to greet him. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Quarterback floating away from pressure. He's got it inside the 10. Mark him out of bounds at the 9-yard line.
We talk a lot about this at quarterback, right? Hard focus downfield, soft focus around you. He wanted to throw that downfield. He just felt the pressure. He knew he had to get out of danger. He was able to do that, use his speed, go get north up the field for a first down. Well done.
Looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Tiger. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Well, they wanted to turn the page after losing their last game, so how about you come out in this one? On the opening drive, you march the entire field and you put 6 up on the board. You can't start a game better than that.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Washington Huskies offense will take the field for the first time. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
Making a play like that to open the drive can really get the momentum going. First down from the 43. He's got him. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Looking for a man. It's Vincent. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Washington sends out the punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with his 7-0 lead. Got the first down and still on his feet. He gets it past the 30, and they'll get him out of bounds at the 32. The Tigers have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Looking to fire. Complete. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Quickly to the tight end. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Might be calling a hot route. They'll go up top on second and short. Got a man. At the 20, he's got space. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
As a head coach, you love to see your quarterback locked in early in games. And in the first drive, leads the offense down to a touchdown, throws a TD pass, and here he is again, making a really good decision and a very accurate throw to pick up that first down.
Flushed out of the pocket. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down.
Touchdown, Tigers! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's coming out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to...
It's a fumble. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Touchdown, Auburn. The defense putting points on the board.
That defenses are always trying to force turnovers to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Off play action on first down. Looking for a huge play. He's got it down the left. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them, because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Trying play action. Throws for the tight end. Oh, it's picked off. Trying to take it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Fires to the big fella. Oh, he's got some space. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. Auburn hopes to get War Eagle flying in this red zone trip. Leaves it with the back. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wants to go up top. Looking for the score. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make the play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Catch in the middle. It's Slay. Can White cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the 3rd down, now setting up 1st and goal.
Looking to get it in. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive on
touchdown Tigers, and they take it in for 6 more points.
How explosive is this offense, right? They rev it up so quickly. Speed, playmaking ability, versatility, running, throwing, NFL talent all over the place. And after that last touchdown, they've already blown this game wide open. And guys, we're not even through the 1st quarter yet.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. A strike downfield. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Looking to throw, it's Vincent. Finds his tight end. Across the 45. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. That's the end of the period, and Auburn has the lead. And that was an impressive and dominant 1st quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Just about ready to get things started here in the 2nd. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So 1st down here as they go back to work. Looking downfield on 1st down. It's complete. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the 1st down, but a good gain on that play. The Huskies in a good spot here with 2nd and short. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29. And the Huskies are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. And this one is perfect.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So here comes the Auburn offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense breaks into the open. Got the 1st down and more. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. From the shotgun, the inside give. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before. He makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down.
How about that for efficiency if you're on this offense right now? 3 plays, 3 1st downs. They get that one running the football. Great vision and open field running ability. Everything they're doing right now is working. This play caller is in a rhythm.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Back to pass. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. They'll send the back in motion. Throws to the tight end. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Bringing it back. Smacks him with the stiff arm.
And you wonder if that interception is going to bring this guy back down to reality a little bit. He was lights out early in this game. Everything he was throwing was right on the money, and that might have been a decision where he got a little bit greedy, and David, the defense made him pay.
And this defense has seen it time and time. They've been throwing the football, having success. Nice job adjusting, breaking on the football, making a play. They needed to break serve. They needed something to happen to go their way to kind of mess this guy's rhythm up. That might be the start of it.
Bringing the heat. Fires on the move. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Now facing a 3rd and long. To the air, it's Vincent. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection.
That's going to drive the defensive coordinator crazy because these guys take pride on their sub-defense packages. When you get into 3rd and long situations, that's when D coordinators love to get creative and throw all these exotic blitzes and pressure the quarterback. Nobody got even close to him that time. Way too much time to survey the field. And that was just way too easy for the offense to pick up that first.
They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. Sometimes your tight end's a safety valve, and sometimes he's your go-to receiver.
And the offense knew right away it was the primary target. It was where he was.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Washington. They'll try to tack one more on their score. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And the returner will be brought down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win it.
There he goes. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Simple pitch, simple catch, easy little drag route right over the field. It's a nice timing route. You can run it versus man or you can run it versus zone and have a lot of success.
They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. He'll try to do it himself. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 16.
This quarterback, man, looks like he's playing angry right now. He did not like that interception he threw the last time out on the field. You could see on the sidelines, guys. He could not wait to get back out there. And that time, it was like he was running mad. I don't even know if he really wanted to throw that ball. He just wanted to take off, scramble, go get the first down.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He wants to change this route. Second down, they'll go to the air. It's complete to the left. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn.
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not one, not two, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Soft spot in the middle. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. You open a drive like that, and the entire playbook opens up on first down from the 44. Dropping back, it's Vincent. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Looking to throw on first down. Right on the money. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone, or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The Huskies come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Can't get him to the ground. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Looking to move the chains. Washington now on 4th down. Trying to get it to the marker. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. To the air on first down. Gets it out fast. Turning it on. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Touchdown, Huskies! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
Let's just call it like it is. The first half has been ugly for this offense. Not a lot to cheer about until that play right there. They finally score. We've seen crazy things happen in college football. They're way down on the scoreboard right now, but anything can happen, and anything can change after you score like that.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Just enough time for one final play of the half. They'll try the outside to the left. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Reese, 2 quarters in the books in the ReliaQuest Bowl. A couple of teams who have battled their way here, looking to bring home some hardware for the trophy case. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. And sort of an ugly first half, honestly, but the deficit's still manageable if they want to wrap up this season with a bowl win.
This is a team I know that takes a lot of pride, and I'm sure at halftime in the locker room, David, there was some shouting going on. They need to get themselves motivated and ready to go, because they're not out of this game.
Yeah, and when you get that shouting and you get the quarreling amongst each other, you get some motivation. You need something.
He's loose. They finally get to him. And what a play there to pick up the first down. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. To the air, it's Vincent. Intercepted for the 11th time. Taking it the other way. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board. You still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open. And if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. To the ground with the back. Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Wants to throw on first down. That's caught. It's good.
Guys out in the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
I think a big key in this team's success today has been their ability to run the football. They've been able to just hand it off and go churn out yards. They've had this defense on their heels all game long. It's given them a big cushion in this game.
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger. And the beatdown has ensued.
And this is why you consistently run the football. A steady diet because you can break the long touchdown runs. Nice job breaking through the line of scrimmage, outrunning the rest, getting in for the long touchdown.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Off the RPO, complete. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive.
He's gonna throw deep right side. Makes a grab for a big play. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. Scanning the field, it's Vincent. Quickly out to the tight end.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for a quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Wants to fire on second down. Complete in the middle. And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover.
Great job by the defense in the back end that time. He made the catch, and he had a little wiggle room to run afterwards, but they were able to get to him, rip the football out, and that is a massive takeaway for the defense.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Using his legs, it's good. Breaks into the open. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33. And that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
No big surprise there, right? You're throwing to a guy that already has 3 touchdown catches in the game, so take another shot. Every time he has looked his way, good things have happened, and that's one of the very few times in this game so far where they have not been able to hook up.
Makes the catch. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Give to the back. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. That is no good. Well, they missed the field goal. That's about the only thing that hasn't gone their way in this one. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
That's the end of the quarter, and Auburn has the lead. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Now the play fake. Oh, they're after him. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this.
And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football. Hand off from the shotgun. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time. Blown the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It'll be 3rd and long. Might be changing the route. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Fires to the big fella. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the 1st down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the 1st. And now you're staring 4th down right in the face.
Dropping back, it's Vincent. Fires to the wideout. Got his man. There he goes. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. They might be thinking back-to-back big plays after that last one. 1st and 10 from the 32. Makes the grab.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
This quarterback, part of their running game. He gets the job done, picking up the 1st down, then getting down.
You know, we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody open downfield, and he just decided to take off.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Leaves it with the back. Runs through a tackle. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line.
These running backs nowadays, they're built so low to the ground, thick and compact, but fast and shifty. They're just so hard to tackle. And you can see he just does a great job breaking tackles, breaking tackles. He does this consistently. That's why he's really hard to stop at the running back spot.
And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
A quick completion to the left, looking for the 1st down. Touchdown, Washington! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
This guy is officially a problem. His second receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense, dude. If I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs, on first down finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
They've got the lead, but here in the fourth quarter, it's starting to dwindle. And if they're going to hang on to this game, they've got to be able to run it. It's a really tough thing to do when the opponent knows exactly what you're going to do, but this is what you train for. You have got to be the more physical unit right now.
Oh, gives him the tough stiff arm. Oh, that move is going to leave them dizzy. The Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Offense has it at the 28 on 1st down. Smart move to keep it on the ground. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6. They'll go to the ground. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Well, we are winding it down, guys. Only a few more plays left in this season. Also wrapping up a really outstanding performance for this offense.
Yeah, and they're sending out the seniors on the right foot. Guys, we've seen a lot of great football. There have been so many tremendous moments and individual efforts, David. This is a year in college football I know I'll never forget.
Won't forget it. Loved working with you guys. Loved being in the booth. Loved covering these football games. I'll tell you what, a lot of excitement in college football surrounding the sport, man. Let's just keep loving on it.
Big tight end makes the grab. It's a 1st down. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And not much picked up there, but that will do it for this one. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew